coffee's cold here in this mug you left, a silent monument to what is bereft. I trace the crack along the window pane. It matches the one running through my name. In all the stories that we swore we'd write, the sunset now feels like a permanent night. So I'm building one last memory in the dark, from the fading embers and the final spark. I'll hold it close, then I'll set it free. This perfect, painful parting gift for me, a final frame before I turn the key on one last memory. One last memory. Your laughter echoes in an empty hall, a haunting, hollow, most familiar call. I wear the old t-shirt, thin and frayed, a ghost of warmth where your outline stayed. The keys you turned in still fit in the door, but silence answers now and nothing more. So I'm building one last memory in the dark, from the fading embers and the final spark. I'll hold it close, then I'll set it free. This perfect, painful parting gift for me, a final frame before I turn the key on one last memory. Shouting or the bitter end, not of the broken trust I couldn't mend, but of a Tuesday ordinary plain. Your hand in mine, a softly falling rain, a quiet peace we didn't know we'd keep, now buried it underneath this pain so deep. So I'm building one last memory in the dark, from the fading embers and the final spark. I'll hold it close, then I'll set it free. This perfect, painful parting gift for me, a final frame before I turn the key. Oh, I let it go, I let it shine. This last sweet sacred bit of mine, one last memory, just a flicker, then it's gone from me. They say that time's a river, it's supposed to gently flow and carry off the wreckage of a love you used to know. But I'm caught here in the shallows on a bed of jagged stone, feeling every fracture in this heart you turned to home. And the water isn't moving, it's just cold and getting deep, with a silence I can feel in every hour that I don't sleep. So So this is when it hurts, not in the grand goodbye, the slamming of the doors. It's in the phantom weight of you on this empty couch of ours. It's in the microwave for one, the unmade other side, a voiceless scream inside my throat I swallow with my pride. It's in the brutal morning light on everything we lost, and when it hurts the most. Drove past our old diner, saw a couple holding hands, and for a single second I forgot how this land stands between the then and now, and there never will be again. My mind replayed your smile, then the ache rushed back in like a tide of shattered glass on a lonely nameless shore, reminding me that us isn't us anymore. And this is when it hurts, not in the angry words, the blame we couldn't fix. It's in my phone, still lighting up with jokes from '96. It's in the song I have to skip, the street I have to avoid, the desperate quiet war between the missing and the void. It's in the simple awful truth of what loving you costs. Yeah, this is when it hurts, and when it hurts the most. And maybe someday I'll look back and just feel a gentle rain, but tonight the storm is in my bones, a permanent cold pain. So I'll let it have its moment, let the current pull me down to the quiet crushing bottom where your ghost is surely found. 'Cause to pretend I'm not drowning would be the greater lie beneath this peaceful moonlit surface where the memories die. 'Cause this is when it hurts, not in the final kiss, the turning of the page. It's in the love that didn't leave with you, still trapped inside its cage. It's in the future plans we drew that now are just erased. The hollow in the shape of you, this emptiness can't replace. It's knowing that I do it all again, despite the bitter cost. Yeah, this is when it hurts. Oh, this is when it hurts, long after you are gone. This is when it hurts the most, just me, and when it hurts. The door didn't slam, it just clicked like a lock. A soft punctuation in a conversation that stopped. No grand declaration, no final burning fight, just a slow fading of color in the permanent night. I kept waiting for the thunder, for the storm to arrive, but the end of our world wasn't loud, it just died. And I was left in silence, the ghost of your laugh in the air, left in silence, with a love turned to dust and a prayer. Just the hum of the fridge and the tick of the clock on a wall that still holds the faint mark where you stopped. You took all the music, the reasons, the why, and you left me the echo beneath an empty sky. I replay my last sentence, searching for the flaw, the word that was a landmine that neither of us saw. Was it something I whispered or something I didn't say that made you decide to just quietly walk away? Now my questions hang unanswered, dissolving in the space where your side of the story should be. But there's just this place, and I am left in silence, with the ghost of your touch on the sheet. Left in silence, where the ache and the absence compete. Just the sound of my heartbeat, a too loud, lonely sound in a house that's forgotten the warmth it once found. You took the I love yous, the future, the light, and you left me the aftermath of a silent goodnight. They say no news is good news, but they've never had to sit inside the quiet crater where a living love was split. This silence isn't peaceful, it's a deafening white roar. It's the sound of a missing piece forevermore. It's the space between the footsteps that will never climb the stair. It's the weight of a goodbye that wasn't even with a movie reel of before, left in silence by a love that is no more. Just the memory of your voice growing thinner every day, till even that just fades to gray, and then it slips away. You took the symphony we were, every note and every rhyme, and you left me with the endless aching silence for all time. The click of the lock, the space in the bed, the words in my head that were never said. They say a heart keeps beating after it's been torn in two. A technicality my ribs are learning to be true. I eat and sleep and breathe the air of functioning design, but there's a permanent winter in this house that still call mine. The clock still ticks the seconds off, the sun still claims the east, but it's all just ghostly motion for a soul that's been released. what am I without your love? Just a frame without a painting, a shore without a sea. What am I without your love? Just a whispered word with no meaning, a lock without a key. I'm going through the motions of a life that's meant to be, but I'm a silhouette, my darling, a shadow of the man you used to see. Without your love, I wear the days like borrowed coats, they never seem to fit. And I chase your memory in dreams the second that I quit. The world is full of color, but it's muted through the glass of the window you walked out of, to a future I can't pass. My reflection's getting stranger in the mirror every dawn. The light behind my eyes you used to find is gone. So what am I without your love? Just a fire without a member, a June without a spring. What am I without your love? Just a story you won't remember, a broken empty string. I'm building walls of I'm okays on foundations made of sin, but I'm a barren acre love in a once promised land without your love. I'd brave the flood, I'd face the dark, I'd fight a losing war for one more minute of the peace I felt inside your door. But the battle's over and the field is quiet now, and I don't know how to want or why, or even how to be a planet in an orbit, spinning so low and unmoored without your love. The only heaven I adore. So what am I without your love? Just an echo in a canyon, a dove that cannot fly. What am I without your love? Just a question with no answer underneath this hollow sky. I'm a body with a heartbeat, but the living part is through. 'Cause the only thing that made me real, the only thing that made me true, was you. Was you. Just a frame without your love. Ooh, just a name without your love. I saw the storm arrive before a single cloud appeared. A sudden coldness in your eyes, the quiet I had feared. Your hand still resting next to mine, but it had turned to stone. I whispered, tell me what is wrong, in such a fragile tone. The world held still, my breath was caught, a bird about to fall. And in that silent screaming space, you let the curtain call. And you turned away, not in a rush, not in a flame, but slow like a tide, resigning itself to the grave. You just turned away, and the axis of my universe bent on that day. With the weight of every sunbeam you decided to block. You didn't even have to speak to land the final shock. You just turned away. Shoulder as it left, every muscle telegraphing the love you had bereft. The final chapter of our book was written in your spine, in a language made of distance, saying you are no longer mine. And I stood there with my outstretched heart, a bridge to empty air, watching the future we had built just vanish in your stare. And you turned away, left me frozen in the afterglow of your before. You just turned away, and I became a ghost outside a sealed door, with the echo of my question hanging unanswered in bed. How can a love so deep become a love that isn't there? You didn't have to say a word to make my whole world break. You just turned away. Was it a face in a crowd, or a voice on the phone? A dream that you wanted to chase all alone? Or was it just me in the end, standing there, becoming a burden too heavy to bear? I'll never know now the truth's in your stride, in the space that you made when you stepped to the side. The loudest goodbye is the one never said, when a living heart is pronounced dead. As they just turn around. You just turn you just turned away. I try to kill the memory with whiskey in the night. I let a stranger tell me that my hair caught the light. I drove for hours, screaming with the radio so loud to drown out the specific way you said my name out proud. I burned the letters, scattered every photograph like ash. A desperate, clumsy ritual to make our past collapse. But I'm dying to forget what I'm fighting to remember in a war inside my chest. I'm losing every member. I'm dying to forget the way your hand fit mine like prayer, but the ghost of it is etched in every single molecule of air. So I drink the poison of the past, hoping for regret, but I'm just dying to forget. To forget. I haunt the grocery aisles where we'd argue about brands, and touch the sweater on the rack where you let go of my hand. I deleted every number, I blocked you on the screen. A performative amputation, cruel and clean. But my mind's a perfect archive in the darkness of my head, replaying all the sweetest words you ever never said. And I'm dying to forget the sound of your key in the door, the mundane sacred symphony I'm desperate to ignore. I'm dying to forget the future that we drew in sand, but the tide won't come and wash it from the contours of my land. So I swallow every bitter pill if it was for the best, but I'm just dying to forget. They say time is the healer, a gentle steady hand, but time with you was endless, and now it's just quicksand. I trade 100 happy years for one less minute of this, the brutal vivid afterlife of your final tender kiss. Forgetting is the price of peace, and peace I'll never get, 'cause my heart's a loyal traitor, dying to forget. That we met, so I'll pour another drink and let the numbness pull me under, and pray that in the morning it will finally be a blunder. Just a name without a face, a scar without the ache, but I know when I wake up it'll be the same mistake of dying actively, desperately to forget. The smell of your skin, the shape of your grin, I'd give anything for the quiet to win, but I'm just dying. suitcase by the door was small, too small to hold it all. The years, the dreams, the secrets whispered in the hall. You packed the things that mattered, left the rest for me to find. Like the ghost of who we were, the love we left behind. The air grew thin and brittle with each passing minute's breath. Standing on the edge of something sharper than your death. So this was our final goodbye, not the ones we'd say each morning in our sleepy, messy bed, or the hurried see you laters that we'd laugh and toss instead. This was the silent starry standing with a heavy broken sky, the truth in your tired eyes as you started to walk by. The door held open to a world where we was now alive. This was our final goodbye. I memorized the way the light caught dust motes in its path, a silent drifting audience to this aftermath. You reached out for the doorknob and your fingers brushed my sleeve, a static shock, a memory that made my body grieve. For every touch that came before, for everyone to miss, a library of tenderness reduced down to just this. And this was our final goodbye, the closing of the album, turning of the final page, the quiet closing of the book we wrote at every age. This was the autumn leaf that fell and knew it wouldn't fly. No turning back, no second chance beneath a softer sky. Just the echo of a heartbeat that we couldn't synchronize. This was our final goodbye. I wanted to say, stay. I wanted to fall down and plead, to list every reason, every promise, every need. But the words were just ashes caught up in the draft. From the door you walked through to the life that came after. The hardest part wasn't the leaving, my love, don't you see? It was watching you go and not stopping you and setting you free. This was our final goodbye, the one we never practiced, the one we couldn't bear. The hollow, holy moment hanging, suspended in the air. This was the last leaf letting go without even trying to fly. The slow extinguishing of every star inside our sky, and every single future we once painted now just died, faded on the canvas of our final goodbye. The click of the latch, the end of the match. No forward, no back, just the long, lonely left. Our final, our final, our final goodbye. come to me with kindness, say they see I'm getting by. I wear my fine like armor underneath this hollow sky. I go to work and function, I can navigate the storm. I'm not the ghost I was that first year weeping on the floor. But healing isn't linear, it's not a steady climb. Some days the weight of missing you gets lost inside the time. 'Cause I'm still in pieces, shards of us you left behind. I'm still in pieces, trying every day to find a way to glue a heartbeat to this broken ceramic heart. But the edges don't remember how to fit, they've grown too sharp. You see the hole from far away, you think the light is new, but come up close, the cracks are there in everything I do. I'm still in pieces, just arranged to look like through. Say you seem so happy now, and maybe that's half true. It's just a wing of me that's always, always missing you. A phantom limb that aches for what it cannot ever hold. A story that's been written but is never to be told. 'Cause I'm still in pieces, a mosaic of the past. I'm still in pieces, the first love and the last. I've built a life around the gap, a structure strong and tall, but the cornerstone is sorrow and it echoes through the hall. You see the smile, you see the strength, the person I've become, but touch the surface slightly, feel the places I am numb. I'm still in pieces from the day you made me come undone. Maybe some hearts don't get to be entirely whole again. Maybe they just learn to carry all the places they have been. The love becomes a scar tissue, a map of where it bled, a tender constant reminder of the things that were once said. I don't regret the breaking, not the love that made the cost, but darling, what I'd give to be the one who wasn't lost. Every single breath it takes to be a work of fractured art, a testament to them, to love that was so vast it could destroy and make again. Don't mistake my getting better for a finish or a fix. This heart was home to hurricanes, it bears the parallax of a beauty and a breaking that my soul can't disconnect. I'm not broken anymore, but I'm not whole, I suspect. I'm still in pieces, arranged to look like morning, built upon the cracks. Still in pieces, always looking back. Still shop still plays that song, the one that we called ours. It hits me like a quiet wave and stops me in my hours. I turn my head to tell you, but the passenger seat's bare. Just a cup of empty coffee and the coldness in the air. A notification flashes with a number I don't know. It's a world that keeps on turning with no place for me to go but backwards. 'Cause I'm lost in yesterday, where your hand is in my hand and the promises are true. Lost in yesterday, in the golden afternoon we swore we'd always see us through. And I know that it's a ghost town, a map that's torn and frayed, but I wander down its memory lanes and there I choose to stay. The present's just a waiting room, a dull and faded gray. 'Cause I'm forever lost in yesterday. I've memorized the highlight reel, the little private scenes, the way you'd laugh until you'd cry, the in-betweens and dreams. I visit them like monuments, I polish them with tears. I built a perfect prison from the echoes in my ears. The future's on a billboard bright and promising and new, but I just turn my collar up and walk the old roads back to you. And I am lost in yesterday, in the kitchen dancing slow to a beat from down the hall. Lost in yesterday, where always wasn't just a word before the other shoe could fall. And I know it's just a photograph, the colors running deep, but it's the only place I find the peace I need to sleep. And now it's just a photograph of promises they keep, while I'm forever lost in yesterday. Drive forward if you're staring in the rear view, but what if all the beauty's in the world I left with you? So I'll let the seasons change outside my dusty window pane. I'll let the new years turn and feel the gentle numb refrain of a life on pause, a story with the hero stuck on page, the final act forever trapped inside a fading golden cage. Contented and completely lost in yesterday, in the scent of your coat, in the ghost of a note, in a sunbeam that's cold. And I just linger on, lost, just lost. Sunlight finds the kitchen table, paints a line across the grain. It touches down on polished wood, a daily door refrain. It warms the place you used to sit, the space that's carved in air. every single morning I just face your empty chair. I set my cup down on my side and glance across at yours. A silent conversation that my lonely heart endures. Or your empty chair, it speaks in volumes louder than your voice was ever there. Your empty chair holds the ghost of morning coffee in the tangles of your hair. It's a monument to what if, and a tombstone for we were. The most solid piece of furniture, this vacuum made of oak. A constant quiet accusation. With every breath I choke on your empty chair. Sometimes in the evening, when the shadows start to grow, I swear I see a silhouette, a trick of light I know. My mind will fill the silence with the stories you would share. That phantom chair. Then the street light shifts, the vision breaks, the cold comes rushing in, and I'm alone again with all the noise that might have been. In your empty chair witnesses the dinners that I barely wanna eat. Your empty chair holds the weight of laughter that has turned to incomplete. It's the fifth guest at the table where there's only setting for the anchor in the room that keeps me moored to this old shore of missing you and facing what I'm really living for beside your empty chair. They say to put a plant there, or a book, or move it out, to fill the void with something new and stop the awful doubt. But clearing it would feel like digging up a sacred grave, the final brutal act of being someone you don't save. So I let it hold the sunlight, let it gather evening's dust, a loyal wooden sentinel to all the fallen trust. Is the keeper of the last good morning we began. Your empty chair is the quiet, patient judge of every yes I can. It's not a piece of furniture, it's the shape of your goodbye, a frame around the negative of us against the sky. So I'll keep setting this table with this question in the air and live inside the echo of your empty chair. Your empty chair. Your coffee cup, your unfinished book, the way you'd look across your empty We painted all the walls in colors we both chose. We planted little seedlings that we swore we'd watch them grow. We talked about the winters when our hair would turn to gray, and built a world of someday out of every here and today. I still have all the blueprints folded neatly in my chest, a future sketched in pencil put so perfectly to rest. 'Cause we almost had forever, it was trembling in our hands. We almost had forever, built on laughter and on plans. We could taste it on the morning air, a sweetness sure and true. I could see our whole lives in the future that was you. We were inches from the finish, we were right there at the door. But almost is the heaviest word my heart will ever store. We almost had forever, nothing less and nothing more. The rings inside a jewelry box, not hiding, just asleep. A tiny silver promise, it was never mine to keep. I walked the halls we furnished with the ghosts of our intent, each room a perfect memory of where the promise went. The bed is just a bed now, not a ship to sail the years, a monument to distance and the drying of my tears. 'Cause we almost had forever, it was written in the stars. We almost had forever, just a breath away from ours. We had named the unborn children, we had bought the wedding bands, we had anchored in the harbor of each other's. I understand, we could hear the wedding bells chime in some not so distant tune. But almost is the cruelest space between a melody and tune. We almost had forever, and it ended way too soon. It would have been easier if it had always been a lie, if we'd crashed in flames of anger with our fists up in the sky. But we loved with honest ferocity right up until the end. We were the best of us, you'll find, my lover and my friend. And maybe that's the tragedy that cuts the deepest part. We didn't lose to chaos, we just lost to two good hearts that beat in different rhythms, building different works of art, a masterpiece of almost from the very start. Yeah, we almost had forever, now it's just a ghost I might have been. We almost had forever in a world we'll never get to see. And I will love the next one in a different, truer way. But I will always know the color of that almost wedding day. So I'll carry it not as a wound, but as a scar upon my soul, a perfect broken promise that has made me almost whole. We almost had forever, and that almost took its toll. The seeds in the sand, we almost had it all, almost had it forever in our hands. They took the furniture, the photos, all the physical proof, left the key on the counter, clean beneath the roof. A stranger's gonna walk in here, repaint our history white, cover up the memories we made here in the light. They'll see a blank and quiet space, a box of wood and stone, a house that's up for sale now, but a home that's mine alone. Because these walls still whisper your name into the dust. These walls still whisper with a quiet, sacred trust. In the corner where you dance with me slow beneath the moon's glow, in the hallway where you held me, telling me you'd never go. You can strip the paint and change the locks, you can let the new love in, but you can't erase the echo of the joy that's lived within. These walls still whisper of how we might have been. I came back one last time before the soul sign goes, just to trace the outline where our favorite chair once chose to hold us in the evening, tangled up and unafraid. Now it's just a sunbeam on a floor where shadows play. My footsteps are the only sound in this cathedral of our past, a silent holy relic built to forever last. Because these walls still whisper every secret that we told. These walls still whisper in a language brave and bold. They hold the sound of arguments that always turn to grace. The shadow of your silhouette in this now empty space. They remember every I love you, every sorrow, every star. They're the silent, steadfast keeper of my still beating heart. These walls still whisper, though we're worlds apart. The new folks will hang pictures, they'll build dreams of their own. They'll never know the love that turned this plaster into bone. They'll laugh in different corners, they'll paint over the trim, they'll make it theirs completely, and that's okay with him. But I know in the quiet, when the midnight wind blows through, the very air will tremble with the ghost of me and you. And in the settling silence, a truth I can't dismiss. A house forgets its tenants, but a home never does this. let them have the key, but the heartbeat of this building will always belong to me and you. These walls still whisper of a laugh that was so true. And the nail hole in the floorboards grew, and the memory they can't remove. The walls still whisper your name. I memorize the rhythm of your ringtone in my hand. A little burst of fireworks I came to understand. Now my phone's a silent stone, a dark and useless screen, reflecting back a version of me living in between. The hope that lights a phantom buzz deep in my nervous chest, and the brutal quiet knowing that you're never going to test the theory. And I know you won't call when the rain hits my window like the tears I can't let fall. I know you won't call when the silence in this apartment grows too wide and tall. I play our last conversation on a loop inside my head, searching for the word I said I didn't say instead that built this wall. My thumb hovers on your name, a statue made of fear, 'cause darling, you would just confirm what I already hear. In the quiet, you won't call. I drive by all the places where you might just maybe be. A foolish private vigil only played for me to see. I see a car that looks like yours. My heart gives a wild lurch and slams back down to earth, abandoned in the search for a signal, for a sign, for a break in the static gray. But you're living a new story, and I'm a footnote filed away. And I know you won't call for my birthday in the spring, or when the lonely autumns crawl. I know you won't call if I achieve that dream, or if I ever trip and fall. You've made your peace, you've drawn your line, you've neatly closed the book, while I'm so stuck here in the prologue with a desperate search and look at a screen that never lights up with the grace I'm begging for. Just the time and my reflection and this silent settling war. I know you won't call. The worst part isn't even the missing, now you see. It's the murder of the maybe, the death of what could be. But maybe he'll reach out when that song comes on the radio. Then maybe in a year or two he'll just have somewhere to go that passes by my street. But maybe turning never with a final soft exhale, And I am the last one standing in this one-sided fairy tale, holding a receiver to a line gone dead and cold, trying to sell my heart a story that will never ever be told. Love of mine is just a name upon your wall, a relic. And I'll stop waiting for it, you won't call when the world feels like it's ending or I'm having a good day at all. I'll write the words I'm dying for you finally to say, and then I'll burn the letter and I'll watch the ashes gray. I'll learn to be the comfort that I'm begging from the air, and live inside the truth of your absolute not being there, because you won't. You won't call. You won't call. You won't call. The buzz is gone. Hope is done. You I see the worn-out battlefield, the trenches that we dug, the careful conversations, unafraid and tied her up. I held my white flag high, my voice a soft and steady plea. I mapped the bridge across the space you built between you and me. I learned your love's new language, I memorized the sighs, I rearranged my very soul to fit before your eyes. But I just wish you tried, like I was trying for the both of us, and dying on the vine. I wish you tried to see the fear behind my anger, read between the desperate line I was building. You were watching with a tired, heavy gaze as I poured my heart like mortar through our ever-crumbling days. You said love shouldn't be this hard, just wish you tried to ask me what I needed, not just what I could provide. I wish you tried to stay awake beside me when the lonely monsters cried. You said you were exhausted, that the weight was just too much, and I looked down at my own load and felt your gentle touch of resignation. Not a battle cry, but a slow surrendered sigh as you laid your armor down and let our forever die. And I just wish you tried. Maybe I asked for mountains when you only had a hill. Maybe my love was torrents and your love was standing still. But in the quiet aftermath, the truth I can't outrun. It's not the failure that destroys you, it's the choosing to be done before you've really truly given everything you've got. I'd have wrestled all your demons, fought every single thought, but you just watched me from the shore as I drowned out in the deep and closed the door. Now I don't wish you back, and I don't wish you paid. I don't wish for explanations in the falling of the rain. I just wish you tried. With a fraction of the fury that I held inside my chest, I wish you tried to see the crumbling fortress not as ruin but as test, to build with me, not just reside within the walls I made, to face the frightening beautiful mess where our two souls were laid. But you chose the easier ghost, the quieter good night. So I'm left with this hollow, haunting what if holding me tight. I just wish you tried. A single breath, reaching hand to understand. That's all, I just wish you tried. We built a castle from the ground on promises and time. With careful hands we laid each brick and called the design mine. I memorized the hallways, every shadow, every gleam. I lived inside the beauty of the future we would dream. Now I walk through empty rooms where only echoes play, and watch the sunlight catch the ghost of what we threw away. And all that's left is love turned back, a phantom in the attic, a forgotten silver rush, what's left is a love turned dust. A taste upon my tongue, no forgotten salty trust, just love turned dust. A choking cloud of always in the quiet empty guts. You can't rebuild a castle from the sediment and air. You can't pretend the ruins show a sign that something's there. But still I kneel here in the rubble, in the faded afternoon, whispering your name into a silence out of tune. With love turned dust. How does something so colossal, so solid to the touch, become a thing the slightest breeze can disarrange so much? One grain at a time, I suppose, with every careless word, until the monument when we could never more be heard. Just a silent, shapeless powder where a cathedral used to stand, sifting through my fingers back into anonymous sand. Love turned dust. I've drowned the moon in teardrops, I've soaked the morning's gray, I wept a sea of wise into the pillow where you'd lay. I've cried in grocery store lines, I've cried against the glass, watching trains go somewhere, leaving me here in the past. I've cried the silent, heaving kind that makes your ribs feel sore, and cried the kind that's just one tear that means there's no hope more. But this is my last cry, not for you, but for the ghost of who I was with you. My last cry, for the future painted in a sky of endless perfect blue. I'm pouring out the final lake, the reservoir of pain, watching all the sorrow swirl and disappear like rain down the drain, of knowing that my tears won't bring you near. This is the funeral for every unanswered prayer held here. So let it fall, this final storm beneath a wounded sky, and then up believing that was that, and this was that. I've been missing isn't crying, it's a colder, quieter burn, a lesson that the embers of the heart can slowly learn. So this is my last cry for the us that's in the ground, for the love I can't deny. My last cry for the way my soul still reaches for you in the empty sky. I'm wringing out the cloth of hope that's been soaking for so long, humming the sad fragments of our broken favorite song, letting the last of water wash the fingerprints away, the final sacred ritual I needed to obey, to prove I loved you fiercely, to prove I had to try, and then release it. My last cry. I'm not saying I won't hurt tomorrow when I see your chair, or that a certain sin won't catch me suspended in the air. But this drowning has an ending, this shipwreck has a shore, and I can't keep begging oceans for what they can't restore. So I'm gathering the wreckage and I'm letting this tide rise, and with it goes the last of you reflected in my eyes. This is my last cry. Feel it shaking through the floorboards, hear it in this ragged sigh. My last cry, the ultimate surrender, the final fierce goodbye to the part of me that believes you turn around and see the devastation you had sown and come back home to me. That part has wept itself to sleep, it has no tears to lend. So this is for its passing, for the broken faithful friend I was to you, into the dream that I let fly. Now I'm empty, now I'm dry. My last cry. The well is dry, the storm is by. The last cry. It wasn't in the shouting or the slamming of a door. It wasn't on the night you said you couldn't do this anymore. It happened weeks before, in inches in the silence, stolen air between good mornings said too flat and two empties on the chair. It was in the coffee pour but never handed to my hand, in the understanding that our love was shifting into sand, grain by grain. Oh, I can trace the fracture back to when we broke. Not the day you left, but the day the last unspoken promise spoke. It was a Tuesday, probably an almost sunlit loss, when we both stopped trying to carry what we knew we couldn't cross. When we broke was quiet, it was civil, it was slow, a gentle letting go of something we'd outgrown. And no, the final thread was not a snap, but just a loosened hold, a story getting colder than our hands could ever fold. That's when we broke. I see the artifacts now, displayed in my mind's case. The night you didn't reach for me, the chill that took its place, the joke I told that didn't land, the plans we stopped to make, the heavy, heavy kindness for the other person's sake. We became historians, curating our decline, preserving all the surface while the deep part lost its shine. Sad amen to what we knew could never be. When we broke was in the eyes, a dimming of the light, a mutual surrender in the middle of the night. No drama, just a slowing like a clock that's wound down tight. A transition into endless unconquerable twilight. That was when we broke. The signature in ink. The dying had already happened, and we barely stopped to think, to mourn it. We mourned the fights, the fire, the things we could blame and name. But the quiet death of us just filled the rooms with silent shame. And now I wander through the after with this singular stargate, knowing some hearts don't shatter, they just calmly cease to make the sound of hope. Devastated, quiet, civilized sound I've ever known. No screaming, just a sigh that turned the living room to stone. Two people side by side, already truly alone. Long before the moving van, before the lawyer's calls, we'd already moved out from behind love's crumbling walls. That was when we broke. A glance, a breath, a quiet little death when we broke. When we broke. You took the light with you when you decided you were through. Not all at once, but like a dial, you slowly, surely drew the brightness from the corners, from the pictures on the wall, until a steady twilight was the only thing at all. I'd watch it slip from tabletops, from books we used to share, till all that was remaining was the shadow hanging there. And I was left in shadows, in the echo where your laughter used to glow. Left in shadows. see your silhouette sometimes, in doorways in the hall. A trick of light and longing that makes my name feel small. I reach for where your hands should be and find the cooling air, a solid dark companion to this quiet deep despair. I learned the subtle difference between midnight, dusk and noon, but they all feel the same inside this faded, lonely room. And I am left in shadows, where the ghost of your warm touch still stains the sheets. Left in shadows, counting all the hollow solo heartbeats. You found a new horizon, bathed in gold and turning warm. And I'm the part you walked away from, the forgotten dying storm. Living in the negative, the opposite of bright, where the only certain thing is the permanence of night. I'm just left in shadow. I used to think a shadow meant there was a light somewhere, a source to trace it back to, something solid, real and there. But you took the sun with you, and what you left behind is just the shape of absence on the fabric of my mind. A darkness with no object, just a pure and endless fate. The price I pay for loving in the choices that you made. Ooh. So here I stay, left in shadows, a monument to almost, to a love that lost its might. Left in shadows, where the day gives up without a fight. Don't send a rescue party, don't you dare to shine a beam. This darkness is the only thing that's left to hold my dream of you, of them, of us before the end. So I'll embrace the coolness, let the dimness be my friend. And if you ever wonder where the love you threw away lingers in this world, it doesn't. It just learned how to stay. Left in shadows. Left in shadows. A silhouette, a faded death, a sun that set, left in shadows. I gathered all the pieces in a basket made of hope. I laid them on the kitchen table learn the brutal scope of how a single promise, once it hits the solid ground, can make 1,000 tiny shards in such a lonely sound. I bought the strongest glue they sell, the kind that's clear and true, and spent a month on just the edges, trying to find you in the fractures. But some things are broken past mending. The silence still life ending, broken past mending. No amount of careful hands or prayerful time you're spending can restore the hidden structure, the integrity, the trust. It just becomes a beautiful yet functionally broken bust. You can see the shape of what it was. You'll always know the art, but it can't hold what it was made for. It can't house a beating heart. It's just broken past mending. Right from the very start, it fit a piece, a perfect fit, a moment of relief. Then turn it in the light and see the underlying grief. A hairline crack still running through the center of the hole, a fragile reassembled thing betraying its own soul. It wasn't you I was rebuilding on the dining room floor. It was the ghost of maybe knocking on a sealed door. 'Cause some things are broken past mending. A love past condescending, broken past mending. A story with a final chapter, there's no point in extending. You can force the edges close and make the surface look complete, but the weakness is still singing just beneath the false clean sheet. It will never hold the water, never catch the light the same. Just a monument to try and etch with my own name on something broken past mending, and accepting all the blame. The Japanese have an art for this. They fill the cracks with gold. They celebrate the breaking and the story that is told by the scars. But our breaks were not with purpose, not with reverence or art. They were slow and quiet poison seeping from the very heart of the vessel. So no gold can trace these fissures, only dust and dull regret for a love that was so precious and a thing I can't forget or repair. So I'll lay down the glue and I'll sweep up the dust, and I'll learn in my soul that broken past mending is just the truth. It's not a failure, not a weakness, not a sin. It's the honest aching physics of the world we're living in. Some bonds once severed have no natural healing bend, and the bravest thing you'll ever do is know when to descend from the ladder and just let the pieces be in their sad and separate state. Not a puzzle to be solved, but just the devastating weight of a beautiful thing, broken past mending. That's all. The started with a silence thicker than the winter snow. A quiet cold between us where the embers used to glow. We stopped writing the story, left the sentences half done. Two strangers memorizing how to hide beneath one sun. The couch felt miles longer with a canyon in between. The quietest unraveling the world has ever seen. And this is the end of us. Not with a fire, but a flicker and a dying of the light. The end of us came in the giving up, not in the giving of the fight. No grand dramatic parting shot, no slamming of the door, just the peaceful, awful knowledge we weren't we anymore. It's in the calendar we don't share, the future we erased. Two separate histories where our single stories placed in the past. This is the quiet, slow and settled end of us at last. I packed a box of yours, you left a key upon the ledge. The final simple motions on a trembling, worn out edge. We split the books and records, who got which was so polite. A careful, clean division in the fading evening light. And in that cordial stillness, as you took your final load, was the heaviest goodbye ever silently bestowed. And this is the end of us, the closing of the album, the retiring of the week. The end of us, a ship that didn't sink but just sailed out to sea and disappeared. No last kiss on the doorstep, no I'll always care, just the empty ringing echo of the ordinary air. It's the phone that won't ring with your news, the joke I won't be told, a warmth turned instantly and permanently cold. This is the civilized and suffocating end of us I hold. They'll ask me what happened, and I'll struggle to explain how you can lose a universe without a crash of pain. Just a gradual dimming, like a room at close of day, until you look around and all the colors bled to gray. And you're just standing in the twilight, all the fighting spirits spent, knowing that the love you had was simply fully lent. So let this be the end of us. Let the clock run out on all the faded trust. The end of us. Let the photographs grow distant in their frames of dust. I won't curse your name, I won't wear this like a wound. I'll just water the small garden on this quiet newfound ground of being just a me again. Alone but not afraid, just shaped forever by the beautiful price that I have paid for knowing you. This is the tender, true, and terminal end of us. We're through. The last box, the last breath, a quiet little death. end of us.